Little House on the Prairie shaped childhoods in the 1970s and 80s, filling living rooms with frontier stories and familiar faces. Decades later, many of those actors are gone or barely recognizable. One stands out for a very different reason. Matthew Labyorteaux, the actor who played Albert Ingalls, has aged in a way no one expected. Now in his 70s, he looks nothing like fans remember, and he is not the only one. What happened to the rest of the cast? Matthew joined the series in the late 1970s, becoming part of the beloved cast through the show's 8th season. His character dealt with dramatic storylines, including addiction struggles and family challenges, and became a fan favorite for his depth and resilience. After Little House wrapped, Mattel didn't disappear from the entertainment world. In the 1980s, he continued acting, guest starring on popular series like Night Court and The Love Boat, and appearing in films such as Wes Craven's Deadly Friend. But as he matured, his career shifted in a new direction, surprisingly to voice acting. Beginning in the mid-1990s, he carved out a second act behind the mic, bringing animated characters and video game roles to life. One of his most notable roles in this phase was Jaden Yuki in the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX from 2005 to 2008. This role introduced him to a whole new generation of fans, far removed from Walnut Grove but equally passionate. He even reprised the character in related video games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, delighting longtime fans of the series. Beyond acting, Matthew has been private about his personal life. He married his wife Leslie in July 2020 and is a stepfather to her 2 children, while balancing life with his ongoing entertainment work. In the past, he also co-founded the Youth Rescue Fund with his brother Patrick, a charity aimed at helping young people in crisis, as he wants to use his platform for good. Today, fans often remark that Matthew looks remarkable for his age. Even if he is in his late 50s, he still looks young. And many say that he still looks very similar to how he looked on the show decades ago. Many admire how well he has aged, and he continues to be celebrated at conventions, autograph signings, and fan events. So yes, Albert from Little House on the Prairie looks absolutely stunning in his 50s. But he's not the only one who has gone to achieve impressive things after the show. The next actor was the heart and soul of the show, but unfortunately passed away. Michael Landon. Michael Landon remains one of television's most enduring figures, beloved for his warmth, work ethic, and creative vision. Best known for portraying Charles Pa Ingalls on Little House, Landon was the series' leading man and its creative backbone. Adapted from Laura Ingalls Wilder's classic books, the show ran from 1974 to 1983, and Landon served as the heart of the Ingalls family, but also as executive producer, director, and writer on many episodes. This ensured that the theme of family, faith, and perseverance in the film resonated deeply with viewers. Before Little House made him a household name, Landon had already enjoyed success as Little Joe Cartwright on the long-running Western Bonanza, which aired from 1959 to 1973. So he already had a charismatic and reliable presence on television. When Little House concluded, Landon didn't slow down. In 1984, he created, starred in, and guided another meaningful series, Highway to Heaven. In that show, he played Jonathan Smith, a compassionate probationary angel sent to Earth to help people in need. The series ran for 5 seasons through 1989 and continued Landon's pattern of producing uplifting, values-based storytelling that touched audiences nationwide. Tragically, on April 5, 1991, Landon was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He courageously announced his illness and raised awareness of the devastating disease before passing away on July 1, 1991. The next Little House star was a household name and is still dominating today. Melissa Gilbert. Melissa Gilbert became a household name as Laura Ingalls Wilder on the beloved NBC series Little House, which she played from 1974 to 1983. She was the spirited, courageous daughter of Charles and Caroline Ingalls, and Gilbert's performance endeared her to millions of viewers, helping define her career from a very young age. Gilbert's post-Little House career wasn't limited to acting. In 2001, she was elected president of the Screen Actors Guild, a major achievement that showed her position as a leader in the industry. She served in that position until 2005, representing actors' interests in Hollywood. She also became an author, publishing her first memoir, Prairie in 2009. In it, she candidly remembered her experiences growing up in the spotlight, her struggles with addiction and self-image, and her journey to self-acceptance. Later, she released My Prairie cookbook with recipes and memories, and in 2022, she published Back to the Prairie, a home remade, a life discovered, reflecting on her life during the pandemic. In addition to her creative work, Gilbert ventured into politics. She even ran for Congress in Michigan in 2016, though she eventually withdrew because of a spinal injury. She is very involved in advocacy, especially in children's health and welfare. As of 2025, Gilbert remains active and evolving. She returned to television with a guest appearance on Hallmark's When Calls the Heart and continues to act on stage, including performances in off-Broadway productions like Still. She and her husband, actor Timothy Busfield, live in upstate New York, where she also co-founded a women's lifestyle brand, Modern Prairie, aimed at empowering seasoned women navigating life transitions. Karen Grassel. Karen Grassel became a beloved television presence in the 1970s and early 1980s as Carolina Ma Ingalls on Little House. Her portrayal of the steadfast, compassionate mother and wife anchored the Ingalls family's emotional core across over 180 episodes of the series, earning her widespread recognition. Caroline's role was central to the show's themes, which include resilience, family unity, and pioneer fortitude. This made her performance one of the most memorable aspects of the long-running drama. After Little House ended in 1983, Grassel returned to her theatrical roots and expanded her creative work. She appeared in guest roles on TV shows like The Love Boat and Murder, She Wrote, and feature films like Wyatt Earp and My Greatest Teacher. She has remained dedicated to theater through the decades. After relocating to the San Francisco Bay Area, she continued to perform in local and touring productions, including challenging roles in well-known plays such as Driving Miss Daisy. Roles like these allowed her to showcase her skills beyond the Ma Ingalls persona. In 2021, Grassel published a candid memoir, Bright Lights, Prairie Dust, Reflections of Life, Loss, and Love from Little House's Ma. This offered some behind-the-scenes insights into her life on and off set, including personal struggles and professional challenges. Alison Arngrim. Another star from the Little House that you can still see today is Alison Margaret Arngrim, who became one of television's most unforgettable antagonists as Nellie Olson on Little House. She portrayed the spoiled, scheming rival to Laura Ingalls. Her portrayal of Nellie, the mean girl of Walnut Grove, made her a cultural touchstone and helped define the character archetype of the spoiled antagonist in 1970s TV. Audiences hated Nellie on screen, but her performance was so compelling that it became one of the most memorable parts of the series. After the show ended, Arngrim continued acting, appearing in different television series and movies such as The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, I Married Wyatt Earp, and Make the Yuletide Gay. She worked hard to go beyond the mean girl character, but off-screen, Arngrim also made some meaningful strides. After her Little House co-star and close friend Steve Tracy, who played Nellie's husband, Percival Dalton, died from complications of HIV/AIDS in 1986, she became deeply involved in AIDS awareness and activism. She volunteered with the AIDS Project Los Angeles, worked on hotlines, spoke publicly about safer education, and helped raise funds and awareness at events for people living with HIV. Long before the disease was widely understood, Arngrim also took her personal experiences, like surviving childhood sexual abuse, and turned them into fuel for activism. She has been a spokesperson for child protection, working with organizations like Protect to push for legislative action and awareness about abuse prevention. Today, Arngrim lives in Los Angeles with her husband, musician Robert Paul Schoonover, and continues to stay busy. She performs stand-up and storytelling shows, appears at fan conventions, hosts the Alison Arngrim Show podcast, and engages with fans on social media. The next stars were very young while on the show and live, fulfilling lives today. Sydney and Lindsay Greenbush. Sydney and Lindsay Greenbush are identical twin sisters that shared the role of Carrie Ingalls on Little House. From age 3, they alternated in portraying the youngest daughter of Charles and Caroline Ingalls, bringing a sweet innocence to the family's dynamic. This endeared them to audiences. Interestingly, in the show's opening credits, They were billed together as Lindsay Sidney Greenbush, which has caused a lot of fans to think Carrie was played by a single actor. As adults, their lives took distinct and fulfilling paths outside television. Lindsay earned a degree in accountancy and chose a grounded life away from the spotlight. She was passionate about horses and later worked as a horse trainer. She stayed connected to the Little House community, attending reunions and fan events. Meanwhile, Sidney pursued her love of equestrian sports, competing in professional rodeo as part of the Women's Professional Rodeo Association, and becoming involved in breeding and training American quarter horses. Sidney has also explored creative outlets like launching a designer jewelry line and contributed her skills in information technology. Originally meant as a minor character, her performance brought Harriet to life with such comic flair that she became a series regular, appearing in all 9 seasons from 1974 to 1983, which was a contrast to the Ingalls family's wholesome world. McGregor's ability to blend sharp humor with moments of vulnerability made Harriet one of television's most memorable love-to-hate characters. Before Little House, McGregor had a long and dedicated acting career in theater, film, and early television. She trained at the University of Denver and Northwestern University, and honed her craft on Broadway and in touring productions. She also appeared in TV roles and small films, including an uncredited bit in On the Waterfront and guest spots on shows like Ironside and All in the Family. After Little House ended in 1983, McGregor largely stepped away from screen acting. Although beloved for her on-screen persona, she chose to retire from film and television, instead of pursuing further mainstream roles. She felt physically and emotionally tired after the intense work on the series. Instead, she returned to her theatrical roots and devoted herself to local theater work and education, using her experience to mentor young performers. She became involved with the We Hollywood Vedanta Players, a children's acting group connected to the Vedanta Society. She didn't appear in the Little House television movies that followed the end of the series because she was on a pilgrimage in India, but remained connected to her castmates. Tragically, she passed away on November 13, 2018, at the age of 93, at the Motion Picture and Television Fund Retirement Community in California. Jonathan Gilbert. Our next Little House star is mostly out of the public eye. Jonathan J. Gilbert is an American former child actor best known for his role as Willie Olson on the TV series. Willie was the mischievous younger brother of Nellie Olson, and Jonathan is one of only a handful of actors to appear throughout the entire run of the series from 1974 to 1983. His on-screen antics, often causing trouble around Walnut Grove, made Willie a memorable part of the show's comic relief and youthful energy. Although Little House was Jonathan's most prominent acting credit, he also appeared in the 1979 TV movie The Miracle Worker and the show's reunion films Little House, Look Back to Yesterday, and Little House, The Last Farewell. However, when the series concluded, Gilbert chose to leave acting behind rather than pursue a long-term Hollywood career. In his late teens, Jonathan withdrew from both the entertainment industry and his family's public life. According to his sister Melissa Gilbert's 2009 memoir, Prairie Tale, a memoir, he completely cut himself off from the family after turning 18 and largely disappeared from their lives for many years. Following his departure from acting, Gilbert pursued education and a career outside show business. He reportedly earned an MBA and worked as a stockbroker in New York City, building a successful career in finance far removed from the Hollywood spotlight. For a period of time, he also traveled the world and engaged in charitable projects in South America and Africa, showing an interest in experiences beyond the corporate world. In 2024, he re-emerged for the Little House 50th anniversary event in Simi Valley, his first major appearance in decades. Today, he remains largely out of the public eye, living a private life apart from Hollywood. Richard Bull. Richard William Bull is another Little House star who many paid attention to after the show. The veteran American actor was already popular to television audiences long before he became Nels Olson on the show. Bull began his artistic journey at the Goodman Theater in Chicago, where he trained in drama before embarking on a career that would span more than half a century. His early work included stage productions and television roles, and he built a reputation as a reliable character actor in both film and TV long before Little House came along. On Little House, he portrayed Nels Olson, the mild-mannered shopkeeper of Olson's Mercantile and the patient husband of Harriet Olson. While Harriet was loud, brash, and domineering, Nels was calm, kind, and sensible. This gentle contrast added warmth and humor to the dynamic of their family. After Little House on the Prairie ended its 9-year run, Bull didn't retire. He continued acting across television and film, taking on guest spots in Knots Landing, Hill Street Blues, Designing Women, and ER. He also reunited with former Little House colleagues, appearing with Michael Landon and Victor French on Highway to Heaven. In addition to screen work, Richard and his wife, the fellow actress Barbara Collentine, who he married in 1948, returned to the stage occasionally and remained active in acting circles. In his later years, after living in Los Angeles and a period in Chicago, the couple moved to the Motion Picture and Television Fund retirement home in California. Richard Bull passed away on February 3, 2014, at the age of 89, due to complications from pneumonia. His portrayal of Nels Olson remains a cherished part of Little House on the Prairie's enduring appeal, and his long career stands as a testament to his skill and dedication as a character actor. Victor French. One Little House star that many have missed for a long time is Victor French, an American television actor and director best known to fans as Isaiah Edwards. He was the rugged, folksy, and deeply loyal friend of Charles Ingalls. While his rough exterior initially suggested a classic Western character, French infused Edwards with heart, humor, and humanity, making him one of the series' most memorable and beloved recurring roles. He appeared in Little House across multiple seasons beginning with the pilot, overall appearing in over 50 episodes plus 3 TV movies tied to the franchise, and even directed some episodes of the show himself. After parting ways temporarily with Little House in 1977 due to a contract dispute, French starred as Chief Roy Moby in the sitcom Carter Country. When the series was canceled, he returned to Little House on the Prairie and continued to delight audiences with Mr. Edwards' blend of rough humor and warm heart. But French's post-Little House career didn't stop there. In 1984, he reunited with Michael Landon in the faith-based drama Highway to Heaven, playing Mark Gordon, an ex-cop turned compassionate companion to Landon's angelic lead character. French starred in all 111 episodes of the series and directed several more, helping shape its uplifting, values-driven storytelling until the show's final season. Besides acting, French had a career behind the camera and the stage. He co-founded the Company of Angels Theater in Los Angeles with Leonard Nimoy. He also taught acting privately and directed award-winning theatrical productions such as 12 Angry Men, earning a Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle Award for his work. Tragically, Victor French's life and career were cut short. A lifelong heavy smoker, he was diagnosed with lung cancer in March 1989 and died just 3 months later at age 54, while still actively working in the industry.